Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. I'm going to show you how to use this colorimeter for our next experiment where we're looking at the effects of temperature on beetroot cells. Come this way and I will show you how it works. Okay, so this is the colorimeters you'll be using. Two things you need to know first of all. At the top there we've got this little number, we can just see where we took the test sample in. That's set to 470. This is the wavelength of the light that's being transmitted through this machine, which is ultimately going to test the amount of pigment in the samples that you've prepared. On the side here is a small wheel. You can turn this round and that will change the wavelength of the light. As we said before, you want this at 470, which is a blue transmission. More questions on that later on. To turn the machine on, we press the green button. And then we need to press the ABS percentage T, and that converts it into percentage transmission. Now transmission, what that is suggesting is what proportion of the light that's being sent through the sample is actually passing through the sample. Okay, so 100% transmission means all the light is getting through, 0% none of it is getting through. To test the samples, we use the small plastic cuvettes. It's just a small plastic vessel for storing the liquid, all of the same volume, same sizes and dimensions. Two of the faces, opposite faces, are opaque, and the other two faces are transparent. The front edge, my finger's pointing there, has a small arrow at the top. Okay. I'm just going to lift this one in. Now the cuvette there is filled with just pure water from about 1 centimetre from the top, and you can see at the front, if I hold that there carefully, there's a small arrow at the front. We've got a clear face, front and rear, and then on the side we've got these slightly opaque sides. So I'm holding it with the opaque sides. I pop it into the machine, arrow to the front, and I press the R button. And this sets a reference sample. So what it is telling us now is 100% of the light is passing through that sample of pure water. I now remove that sample. That's known as our reference sample. We do that between each test. I then take my sample of water with a pigment in this case it's a green one. We insert it. We've already done the reference sample, so at this point we just press the T. We've got the arrow at the front, we press T, and it gives us a value which is 22% transmission, which means 78% of the light being transmitted through it has been absorbed by the pigment. When we've finished, we carefully lift this out. I must point out as well, these cuvettes need to be dry, so you add the liquid using the pipette. Once that's done, this can just be tipped down the sink. 2 or 3 rinses, and then upside down on the paper towel to dry.